What's up, YouTube? This is Mathwas97 and welcome back to another episode of Smackdown vs. Raw 2008 General Manager Mode. And as you can see, Smackdown somehow is still gaining fan support and we're still in last place. What's new? But as you can see, somehow Kenny Dykstra is #1 on the Power 25. That's something to think about. But anyway, as we continue on, take a look at the rankings here for the Power 25. We've got Chris Jericho there, nearing his debut. We're getting really close now. Hopefully, within the next 2 episodes or so, we can get Chris Jericho on the match card. We can get him booked, and we can get his debut going. But, of course, he is a bit of a generic call. But then again, what created wrestlers back in these days weren't generic. The whole like, customization, game mode, whatever you want to call it, that it was just generic in general. But if we take a look, these are some rivalries that I have established heading into our next 2 pay-per-views. However, I haven't done any leading up to WrestleMania yet, because those are the rivalries that I want to kind of leave open. If I get any suggestions up before this point, it's, to have those WrestleMania rivalries, just, give me some option yet. I don't want to have everything set up for WrestleMania just yet, because it is like 15 or 16 weeks away, so we still have a while to go before that. But as we can see in this 6-man tag, it was the left team that won. I didn't get to read all the names. Kane wins the Fatal 4-Way, which kind of incorporates some rivalries there. Undertaker versus Snitsky in a one-on-one matchup, and the Undertaker gets the win over Snitsky. And we're going to be playing these next 2 matchups, but this one is, of course, the #1 contenders matchup for the ECW Championship. The winner will face the ECW champion Batista for the ECW Championship somewhere in the near future. Sorry about that. I was trying to hold back a sneeze, so that's, I don't know, it's gone now. But anyway, into this matchup we go, as it is Jeff Hardy one-on-one with Triple H. If we do remember, take you back to last week, Jeff Hardy defeated, he defeated Edge, not Randy Orton. Jeff Hardy defeated Edge last week, and Triple H defeated Sandman. And then, of course, the very first round was back at our ECW generic no-name pay-per-view when we had some battle royals and a couple of other matchups to I can't think of the word, but to basically make up the first round. It was back at the ECW pay-per-view. Last episode, we had the second round, and here are the finals, the final matchup, Jeff Hardy versus Triple H for the #1 contendership. So yeah, I just want to let you guys know before I go ahead and do this, because with the PS4, I do plan on getting the PlayStation 4 before WWE 2K15, because I just want to have the next gen console and have the best quality possible. And even if it's not for YouTube, I really would like to have the PS4 because of all the new features that are going to be in the WWE 2K15 game, and that won't be in on the PS3 and the current gen consoles, or what is soon going to become the older gen. But stupid nose. I don't know why it's doing this. All of a sudden I feel like I have to sneeze. My eyes are watering and it's really bugging me. But anyway, sorry about that little side tangent. But as I was saying, with the PlayStation 4 coming out, I was told that my sister is going to get my PlayStation 3, because obviously I'm not going to need 2 consoles to play on, and plus, then she could use the PlayStation 3 to watch DVDs or to watch Blu-rays, because they don't play DVDs anymore, because that was only the fat PlayStation that did that. And they also don't play the older games, which also kind of sucks. Yeah, this PS3 Slim wasn't as good as the PlayStation Fat, in my opinion, or the Fat PlayStation. I don't know what it was. The original PlayStation 3, I don't know what it was called, but anyways, so basically, with this game, until there's some sort of backwards compatibility, well, there was something that they said, but it's something that you'd actually have to download, and my phone is going off. What the heck? Okay, so hopefully there will be no more interruptions, and I continue with this commentary uninterrupted. Anyways, I was talking about the PlayStation 4, so I completely lost my place, so let me just go back everything over quickly, not as slow as last time, but like I was going to say, since I'll be getting the PlayStation 4 hopefully by October, because I want it for the release of WWE 2K15, so I'm going to do whatever I can, whatever's in my power to get the PlayStation 4 by the time WWE 2K15 is released. So, since I'm going to be Geez, now I forgot my English. Since I'm going to have to give my PS3 to my sister, that means I'm not going to be able to record anything. And since I'll probably hook my Elgato and all that stuff, all my recording equipment up to the PlayStation 4, I really wouldn't want to have to go back and forth between the two consoles anyway. So that means I'm going to have to mass record the rest of this GM Mode series. I'm probably going to wait until August to do that, because I want to do it at some point while while I'm still on summer break, so I have more time to record it and not try to, force record things in the middle of the school year. So I'll probably, sometime in August, I'll probably, mass record the rest of the GM Mode series. But for now, hopefully for the rest of July, I can hold off on that, and I'll just kind of wait till August. So if you've got any feud suggestions, be sure to let me know, because there will be a point. I mean, the commentaries I can do whenever I want, because with me giving up the PlayStation 3 to my sister, that just means that I wouldn't be able to record the gameplay, but I'll still be able to do commentaries, because there's no way I can do however many episodes there's going to be in that span, like 20 or however many there's going to be. There's no way I can do that many commentaries in the span of whatever it's going to take, 1 week, 2 weeks, however I space that out. So, I don't know why I said that. I lost my train of thought. But I'm just getting interrupted too many times at the beginning of this commentary, and it completely messed me up. But yeah, as you can see, there's a little cut in the matchup here. I apologize for that, but the match went kind of slow, so I had to cut some parts out, because otherwise this episode, between this and the next match, would have been like half an hour or so. So I had to trim a lot out of these two matchups. But anyway, as I was saying, I won't have the PS3 once I get the PlayStation 4, so while I'll be recording the 2K4 or 2K15 Universe Mode and all that stuff, whatever I plan on doing on 2K15, I won't be able to record GM Mode anymore. So I'm not gonna just let the series end there. I've tried to be really strict with my series on this channel. I've really wanted to finish whatever I start, finish whatever series I've started, even though that hasn't worked out on every series. For the most part, if I start something on my own, I would like to finish it. So with this GM Mode series, I won't be able to take really any feedback after a certain episode. I don't think I'll be able to make it. I'm trying to give you guys sort of an estimate when I'll be able to take suggestions up until, this is episode 41, and I'm doing this commentary on July 8th. Maybe episode 45, around that time, could be the last, that could be the point where I kind of, after that episode, or start mass recording the rest of the series. So I don't know, I'm just trying to give it kind of an estimate. So probably sometime between episode 45 and episode 50 will be around when this cutoff would be before I just go ahead and record the rest of the series. Because if I don't do it that way, then I'm not going to be able to finish the series in time, unless I upload GM Mode videos every day, and I don't want to do that because I've got to finish up Universe yet before the release of the game, and then I've got the Pokemon videos, which I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I have fun making those. So, just kind of giving y'all a heads up that there will be a point in the series coming up where I won't be able to take your suggestions into account. So in the next couple of episodes, be sure to leave me feud suggestions and anything like that I could use, if not immediately. As you see, I have all those feuds established at the moment, but for WrestleMania feuds, things you'd want to see at WrestleMania, or even at the generic ECW pay-per-view we've got coming up. Actually, no, why was I saying that the last pay-per-view we had was generic? That was December to Dismember. The next pay-per-view that's ECW exclusive is the generic no-name event. So any feuds you have for that pay-per-view or for WrestleMania, any superstars you might want me to trade for, even if it's not immediately, just in the near future, sometime before the end of the series, just be sure to let me know in the next couple of episodes if you've got any ideas, because after a certain point I won't be able to take any more suggestions, because then I'm going to have to record the rest of the series. So I just kind of wanted to give all of you viewers a bit of a warning, bit of a heads up that will be taking place. As far as Universe goes, that series I'm almost done recording, so I plan on going up to TLC on Universe, and that being the end of 2K14 Universe mode, which would then transition into 2K15, which I'll be able to start with the Royal Rumble, so that should be interesting. Hopefully the Royal Rumble gets a bit of a bump up. We can get more than 6 superstars in the ring. That'd be really cool. Great way to kick off a Universe mode series. Well, to resume it with the new game anyway, but just wanted to give you the heads up about GM mode. And with Universe, like I said, I'm just about done with recording that series. That series was never meant to be a suggestion sort of series where I asked, like, you the viewer, give me ideas for what you want to see in that series. That series is more of, I kind of just book it myself, kind of fantasy scenarios of what I would like to see happen. And so far, I think I've been doing pretty good so far. I don't know, heading into Survivor Series, I've got ideas coming up for like Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, all those sort of events. I kind of make it more scripted, so I do play more of the matches than sometimes I would like to, but I don't know. I mean, it's not that I don't take suggestions from the viewers, but for some reason this year, I just at one point was recorded ahead on it, and I never really got caught up. So I mean, like, some episodes that I haven't even aired yet, not to say I've recorded the commentary a while, but like, usually how the process goes for editing these videos, I record the video and then I render it twice. I render it once without commentary, just so that my computer doesn't lag during the commentary, which sometimes that doesn't always work anyway, but it just overall condenses the file size of the video, and plus it's all edited together, so I don't have to stop at one point in the commentary and then pick up at another part, and it just kind of sounds awkward. Usually I edit it all together into one continuous episode, which is the pre-commentary, is what I call it, and that way I can just talk continuously throughout it and not have to stop and get some sort of awkward break in between the matches or whatever it may be or you know, little interview segments and that sort of thing. And then I record the commentary and then render it out a second time as the final video, which has been the process with how I've done my videos for a while now. I think maybe even prior to 2K14, or it's something I started doing in 2K14. I don't exactly remember when I started doing it, but I figured that would just be the best way for how to do my content. So that's how it's been with Universe Mode. Lately, I recently have, like, I've got all the pre-commentary renders up until Survivor Series. I got all the Survivor Series matchups rendered out without commentary. And then I have, I think, let me actually pull this up, because now I'm kind of curious. Hopefully this doesn't lag the commentary or anything. But I'm looking at it right now. I have up to episode 64 recorded at this point in time. And I've aired, I'm on episode 51 I just aired. So that just kind of shows how ahead I am in my recordings. But episode 57 to 64 I haven't done commentary for yet. I haven't even rendered them out with pre-commentary yet. So I'm getting a text now. What the heck? This is annoying. Sorry for all the interruptions on this video, but this GM mode series lately has just become a series where I just kind of talk about certain topics and not as much the gameplay. So I don't know if that's what you like to see, then I guess you wouldn't really care, but if not, then I apologize for that. But I think I finished up any sort of topics I was trying to talk about. So anyway, yeah, now I'm just kind of thrown off again because I got a text of it from my sister this time now. So I mean, yeah, I'm just getting all interrupted today. But you know what? For now, whether I was done with that topic or not, I don't really remember where I was going with it. I think I was done, so I'm just going to focus on the gameplay now. As we can see, we've moved on now to this is our main event of the evening. We've got Sabu versus Sandman with Batista here at ringside. And if we remember, back the week before December to Dismember, there was a Fatal 4-Way matchup to determine the #1 contender for the ECW Championship, who would face Batista at December to Dismember for the title, between Sabu, Sandman, Terry Funk, and, of course, the hardcore legend Mick Foley. In the end, Sandman had hit his finisher, but Sabu snuck in for the pin after Sandman was attacked by Mick Foley, and Sabu won. Sandman is here looking for a bit of redemption from that night against Sabu in this main event matchup. And then, of course, we've got Batista, the champion, watching at ringside, because we have to remember, last week, Sabu attacked Batista in the parking lot. So, why do I keep getting text messages? This is ridiculous. But, like I was saying, okay, this is an important text. I don't need to respond to that, so that's good. Anyway, so I don't have to try to multitask. But, as I was saying, Sandman and Sabu, no, I apologize, I'm sorry. But, as I was trying to say with Batista, he is here just kind of watching Sabu, and you never know, Batista could possibly get involved in this matchup. He could be looking for some retribution against Sabu for that parking lot attack last week. But obviously Sabu has not gotten over that championship loss to Batista. If we remember, Batista, I mean, the ECW title's been swapping back and forth between superstars left and right. Batista ended up winning the title back from Sabu back at Survivor Series, and Sabu got his rematch at December to Dismember after winning the Fatal 4-Way. But after losing that, Sabu still is not satisfied. He still wants a matchup with Batista. And I've been getting suggestions from people. They say, oh, do a Buried Alive match. That would actually be really cool if I could do that. But sadly, I can't. The Buried Alive match is not an option on the pay-per-views. It might be a pay-per-view exclusive match for Unforgiven, maybe. I want to say. I'm pretty sure there's a pay-per-view or two that will allow you to do a Buried Alive match, but ECW has not had one up to this point and does not have one as far as I'm aware. But I think Unforgiven, maybe for Raw, there might be one, and there might even be one for SmackDown, but there is no Buried Alive match option. And even with those pay-per-views, I'm pretty sure it's already selected as the main event, so you don't get a choice. The event is automatically a Buried Alive match. So we, as the lesser ECW brand, you know, we're the more extreme brand, but we don't get the Buried Alive match. I could just not be remembering things well. There might not even be a Buried Alive match option on any pay-per-view, but just saying, for those who have been suggesting, oh, do a Buried Alive match. That'd be really cool, but sadly, I cannot do that. It is not available in this game, so I do apologize for that. But that can happen, so if you want to see a matchup between two superstars in a Buried Alive stipulation, that can happen. So I'm sorry for that, but I'm not the one who made this game, so it's not my fault. Anyways, we can see Sabu with a roll up there, but Sandman kicking out. And now Sandman could be going for the finisher here, and here is the cut in the matchup that you were expecting, that I hinted at earlier. Yeah, this matchup went on for a long time. I kept trying to hit the finisher with Sandman, and Sabu kept countering it, or it would expire at some point. So yeah, there was a big point in the matchup there that I had to cut, but ultimately I wouldn't cut the matchup if it wasn't, or I wouldn't cut the matchup if it was important. But you haven't really missed anything. I mean, other than Sabu's busted open, and Sandman might be busted open. I can't quite see his face, but yep, they're both busted open. That's really all that you missed. But would you rather see a really slow-paced match that makes the episode like half an hour, or would you rather have a little cut in the matchup that makes it a little less of a boring match and a little less drawn out? I mean, personally, that's what I would prefer to commentate over. But yeah, I figured just cutting the matchup. I wouldn't cut anything that was important. I keep almost speaking in double negatives, and it's really throwing me off. But referee now at a 7 count. Sandman picks. They're both superstars. It's an 8 count. They got to get back in the ring, or else they're going to be counted out here. Referee now at a 9 count. Sandman still got those steel steps there, and big shot to Sabu. That's a 10 count. Both superstars have been counted out. Sandman really just unleashing his rage on Sabu there. And yeah, that ending, basically, I got tired of missing the finishers or it expiring, so I just beat the crap out of Sabu, got double count out. But anyway, Sandman taking out his frustrations on Sabu. That was a draw for the main event. We got a 4-star for most of those match ratings, yet got 3.5. I don't get this logic, but luckily Raw only had 3 stars. So hopefully we can get into second place. Hopefully that's enough of a drop in ratings for Raw that we can pass them, perhaps. But we're just going to go ahead and only do a website interview just to boost Jericho's popularity up just to put him on TV. Hopefully next episode we can get him his debut matchup on ECW. We got the Armageddon pay-per-view coming up for Smackdown. Ah, man, Raw. Smackdown's actually doing pretty good. Smackdown's really going to be a tough cookie to crack in terms of beating them in the ratings. But let's go ahead and simulate past Armageddon. Take a look back. Well, first we'll check out Raw. Raw got 4 stars. I don't understand Raw's booking behind this. But let's check out the pay-per-view. Somehow 4.5 stars. When they didn't even get a 4.5 star match. I don't know. I can't even try to fathom this. It's not possible. But anyway, let's go ahead and check out the fans. Nope. We're going to go ahead and check out the rivalries. Make sure everything is good as gold. Because sometimes... Oh, yeah. We got a bit of a mishap there. Batista's popularity randomly dropped off to 85. I don't know why, but that's not the first time that's happened to a superstar. I don't know if that's like a glitch in the game or if it's supposed to be a sign that people are bored of them and that's why their popularity drops off. I'm not sure. Look at that. We are in second place, baby. Yeah. We're finally in second place. We passed Raw. We got a good 140,000 fans ahead of them. That is fantastic. So let's go ahead and check out WWE.com. Fan change, Smackdown gains 225,000 fans. Ah, man. Smackdown really trying to take away with that lead, but hopefully by the time WrestleMania rolls around, we can catch up to them and at least make it interesting. At least give them a run for their money, even if we're not going to win GM of the Year. At this point, I just want to be, you know, considered a threat to SmackDown because SmackDown's been in the lead this whole time. It's ridiculous. This is anarchy, people. But anyway, I want to thank you all for watching, and as always, keep on YouTubing.